In the last video, I shared with you the dangers of having limiting beliefs and how they can hinder you not only in your personal life, but also in your professional life. In today's video, we are going to take a look at four strategies that you can use to get rid of limiting beliefs. By the end of this video, you will have 4 strategies, as long as you implement them, on how you can get rid of limiting beliefs so that you can reach your highest potential. But before we start today's video, do me a huge favor. Hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that anytime we post a video, you are the first to know. In the last video, I shared with you that limiting beliefs, or any type of belief for that matter, has the ability to make or break you, make or break your destiny. In today's video, we are going to take a look at the 4 ways that you can actually get rid of these limiting beliefs, as well as how you can move forward from the limiting belief into a positive thinking mindset. Strategy number 1 is to, first of all, identify the limiting belief. Before you can see anything called recovery in any aspect of anyone's life, the first stage is to, first of all, identify it. What you want to do is to grab a notepad, or you can use the notes in your phone, and jot down those limiting beliefs, such as, I will never buy a house, I will never buy a car, I will never get married, I can never be wealthy, I can never have a good job, I can never become a CEO of a company, I can never start my own company, I can never have employees. Whatever the limiting belief is for yourself, you need to jot them down. Sometimes they are professional, and a lot of times they are actually personal due to the way we grew up. Visit video 1 on this topic. When you have these limiting beliefs and you are able to identify them, what you have done is you have, first of all, solved the problem, because you actually recognize that there is a problem, and the problem is this limiting belief. Now, step number 2 is, once you have identified them, then you need to identify or acknowledge the way those limiting beliefs make you feel, because the truth of the matter is that every limiting belief, no matter what it is, makes you feel some sort of way, and oftentimes it does not allow you to be aligned with the way you are meant to feel in your life. And when there is lack of alignment with your personal attitude, your personal behavior, your personal beliefs of yourself, that will not translate well into any aspect of your life. So you have to be able to acknowledge that this limiting belief makes me feel sad. It makes me feel dejected. It makes me feel less than. It makes me feel ugly. It makes me feel like I can't accomplish anything. It makes me feel like I'm useless, like I'm worthless. Whatever the feeling is, just jot them down as well and acknowledge that you feel those things while you are experiencing those limiting beliefs. Strategy number 3 is the hardest one for a lot of people. Once you have identify them, as well as acknowledge the feelings that they're bringing, what you want to do is to identify positive habits, positive reinforcement habits that you want to implement in your life to replace those limiting beliefs. Every limiting belief must be replaced with something positive, such as, I cannot become a CEO of a company, and you must replace it with, I will become the CEO of a company. That is how you begin to replace those limiting beliefs. And without doing this step, your limiting beliefs will continuously linger in your life, and you will just see them show up every single day in your life, and it will just make you aggravated. So what you want to do today is to sit down and identify those negative beliefs that you once upon a time had, those limiting beliefs that you have, as well as how you can replace them with a positive belief. And you want to actually do this step by writing it out. Physically writing it out. When you write it out, you begin to see what you think about yourself. You see how you consider yourself, and oftentimes other people are not seeing you that way. You're just the one seeing yourself that way. So you want to write these positive beliefs, these positive habits that you want to use to replace the negative belief habits that you have of yourself. And finally, step number 4 is to imagine what your life will be like once you replace those limiting beliefs. Oftentimes we have these wild things that we think about ourselves that have no basis, that have no bearing on our life, and they're often not true. And even if they are true, what you need to do in order to live a more positive and fulfilling life is that you need to begin to replace those negative habits. And once you replace them, or once you've decided what you want to replace them with, you want to envision. You want to envision what your life will be like with those new habits. Imagine your life in about 5 years as a CEO of a company that is thriving globally. Right now, you can't see it. Right now, you don't even see any fruit of it at all. All right, but what you want to do is you want to envision. I saw a quote 2 days ago that said the last thing that grows on a fruit tree is the fruit. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the actual fruit. That doesn't mean that the fruit is not coming out. That doesn't mean that your baby steps won't produce what you desire for your life, but you have to envision it. And as you begin to envision it, you begin to take those steps to get yourself to that point. If you can begin to apply these steps, these four strategies to your life, I can assure you that with no time, these limiting beliefs will disappear. Now, these are, of course, not the only 4 steps that you need to apply to your life in order to get rid of limiting beliefs and why you need to get rid of limiting beliefs, but they are the steps that you should begin to take in order to get rid of these limiting beliefs so that you can ultimately have a fulfilled life, to become the highest version of ourselves. Now, I hope that today's video has helped you. I hope that these strategies, you will implement them. Actually, leave me a comment down below with which strategy you're going to start with first. You can work with them out of order if you need to, if that's going to work for you, but I suggest working from number 1, right? First of all, identify what is this limiting belief that's hindering me from not becoming the person that I want to become, and then work your way through the rest of the steps, the rest of the strategies. But if you need more help, you know where the link is to get in contact with me. I hope that I will see you in the next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Until the next one, bye.